All right, Shalom, brothers. This is the brother Ariaga from the Grand Rapids camp, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Um, Hopeful elect. All right, we are the brothers of Grand Rapids that are out here doing these works as part of the Hopeful elect. First of all, we like to give all praises and highest honors, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, um, and double honors to all those brothers out there, the apostles of Great Millstone, the brothers out there doing these works of truth and sincerity. Shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Rakak. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakak Wadash, Salaki. So what this lesson is going into, as you can see, it says 50 plus celebrities who look exactly like people from history. I want to use this as a foundation, just a pictorial into some of the things that are some of the scriptures that we'll be bringing out today. It's not by chance. Yes, reincarnation is in the Bible, and sometimes a picture can speak 1,000 words. All right, the scriptures say it enough, and these go even further, so to speak. These pictures that they show coupled with the scriptures. All right, so I just, the spirit was on me to go ahead and use this video as I had seen it a couple times before, and I just wanted to use this as a reference point as I brought out these scriptures. All right, so today's lesson will be on reincarnation, just to reinforce this reincarnation as being basically brought out into the light to the world. It's something that's always been around. It's biblical. It's pushed all throughout the scriptures, whether you can receive it or not. Okay, we know that elect shall understand. So, all right, let's just go straight into it. So this is on reincarnation. I like to start out with Second Ezra. Let's see. I like to start out with Second Ezra 14 and 34. And I'll press play on this and let this go. Alright, this is Second Ezra 13 and 34. Therefore, if so be that ye subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death you shall obtain mercy. And that's definitely going towards the elect of Israel, first and foremost, because, like I said, therefore, if you be that you shall subdue your own understanding, right? You stop seeking after your own works and you get into these works of the truth, pushing His word, preaching, teaching, and studying, okay? And reform your hearts. You shall be reform our minds. That word heart is also in reference, or is from the word lab, the Hebrew word lab, which means mind. So we reform our minds when we come into this truth because we have to learn again. All right, we cast all of that other bullshit to the side that we were taught before. Garbage in, garbage out, right? Look at this ugly dude, this nigga Jay-Z. I mean, history repeats itself constantly. And through that repetition, okay, so like that stupid ass commercial come up about that abominable ass lobster. So what I was saying, like this devil Jay-Z, and people be like, oh, it's just another ugly nigga that looks exactly like him. Through reincarnation, a lot of the times, not every time, but a lot of the times we can come back looking at the same as we did in our prior lives, all right? So continuing on, press play again. It says, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the name of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Right. So through reforming our minds and our spirit, we can obtain mercy. So the righteous are the elect of the saints, or of Israel, 144,000 and 1/3 of Israel can obtain mercy. So when we come back in our next life after receiving that judgment, after we pass, then you'll know who's who. All right, because the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. And by being subject unto the prophets, we know who the prophets are to this very day, as an example. Okay, because the prophets always come back on the same accord, on the same wavelength, pretty much pushed by the Holy Spirit, okay, to do these works and to put down this word and to set out this truth. That's why they were so hated then and now. Let's see, it's the 2 Corinthians 4:10. But we must all appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. All right, so I want to pause that right there, Jack Black. I mean, looking at these things, it's not by chance that you see these things. They always go into depth like, hey, history repeats itself, A lot of the times they also go into telling you, especially J family, I don't know how Edomites are, but they tell you, look, just like your great granddad or your great granddad or your grandma, you know what I'm saying? So to speak, in that way. And like I said right here, so we must all appear before the judgment seat, right? Because I'm going all the way back to Second Ezra. You got to go to that judgment seat, whether you reform your mind and your heart or not, or your mind or not. And after everybody passes away, they go right before it. All right. The judgment, which is the true king and judge, is Yahweh, Lashem Yahushai, starting with Yahweh and his son on down. Okay. And everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or bad. Right, so you're going to pretty much receive judgment for what you did in your body, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. Good thing, you will continue on in a certain condition, in a certain mind frame, okay? Like continuing on the truth or continuing and pressing on in this word, which is a true blessing in itself, to come back and actually still have this word and have this truth and this knowledge and to be able to continue on to it until the end. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians 14:32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Same way that these spirits of these actors and these entertainers and these different actors, entertainers, politicians, kings and queens of that nature, they come back in this present life a lot of the time to doing something similar. It doesn't have to be the same king or queen or in that studious position. A lot of the times it could be them still having some kind of platform in this life and recognized for the talents that they had back in the day, back in their past lives, okay? So we're jumping on over to Exodus. So we're going to go into Exodus to further push this point abroad. This is Exodus 20. Let's see, Exodus 20:5. It says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Right. So let's do this real quick. I also prepared some other pictures for your viewing pleasure. Like this dude. I don't know, Olivia Torres. surgery. Man born with terrible facial deformity. Right. This is an example of somebody that hated Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Alright, in his past life. A lot of people ask, well, why is he born like this? Why does it look like this? It's quite simple. Let's read that again. Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So, this is the Most High. This is an example of the Most High visiting you and paying you back, so to speak, because we have more than one life cycle, because the spirit is eternal. And then it's just our flame of fire. The spirit is pure, raw energy. And I was also looking at that, like, why does the human soul weigh 21 grams? Because when a person dies, they did a study, and these Edomites found out that you lose 21 grams. Like, that's something that all the people had in common, and they couldn't. It's like immediately after they died, they couldn't account for the loss of 21 grams of weight, each and every one of them in his study. All right, because the spirit does have a weight. What is that scripture? Can now measure its a flame. I forgot how it goes. I should have pulled that up, but that's also a good one as well. Can now measure the weight of a flame. Esau went so far as to go forward and prove that, because thou art wiser than Daniel. Okay? But this is an example of those that hate Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And guess what? He struck them down in their next life after they received that judgment. Alright? Look at this dude. He like a fucking zombie, man. You know, these are real life people that hated the Lord, man. And they hate him even more so to this day. Look at him. You know? And then when you look at his picture, you're like, oh man, that shit is so fucked up. Wow. You know, goddamn. Man, shit is all fucked up. Oh, that's Plato. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm saying, though, you know? And everybody's just like, oh, it's so fucked up. That's messed up. You know, wow. Crying for these mugs and, you know, wondering why they were born like that. Or why did they have to come into this world looking that way, you know, without having a full understanding of, you know, what the scriptures say. Okay? Not comprehending that the Most High don't play that shit. When you worship those idols and you from the nation of Israel, that's your ass. If you want to be one of these other nations, try to call yourself following our law, statutes, and commandments, that's your ass. As soon as you know, do these things that disappoint Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you guaranteed to receive what's to come to you. All right. Follow that up. I'd like to bring out. Let me see. This is Psalms 2 and 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. So what is this? This is them being vexed in this sore displeasure. Okay? This is one of the examples. Well, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not fucking around. Look at this motherfucker, man. God damn. You know, he don't give a fuck about them. Not to mention, let me recount that in the 4th chapter, Psalms 2 and 4. He that sits in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. So this is funny to them, all right? This is Yahweh Shem Yahushai's movie. And whatever these motherfuckers did in their past life, look, they deserve that shit, you feel me? Same thing for the curses that we going through now. Why you think we going through these curses now? In Deuteronomy 28th chapter, right? We going through these because it was prophesied that we would go through these. Okay? Look at that shit, man. That's, hey, man. It's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. Honestly and truthfully. It's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. Because when he had to come see your ass, man, he gonna fuck you up. My man's head look like melt, man. At least you got a nice beard. Damn. Look at this, man. And they want to sit here and say reincarnation isn't real, then explain this, man. Okay? Explain that. Oh, man, they're going to have all kind of stupid of that shit to bring up. No, man. Look at this shit. Especially these devils. You want to claim, you want to sit here and claim our law, statutes, and our commandments, man? Come on, dog. This is what happens. You can't follow them, which you know you can't because you're unrighteous. You the wicked that the Bible speak of. This is what happens. Look at this dude. Like, damn. God damn. My man right here. The fuck did he do? Who knows, man? How about some of y'all side know? All I know is that Psalms 2 and 4 kick straight into my head. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and y'all about some of y'all shy shall have them in derision. My man's clearly in derision. Alright? Clearly. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them and sore his pleasure. But when he speak to them in his wrath. Alright? When did that happen? When did he speak to them in his wrath? That's a simple question. He spoke to them in his wrath when he judged them. Okay? Going back to 2 Corinthians 4 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach, and every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. So what you think, man? What you think what this guy did? Was it good or bad, man? Okay? It wasn't no good thing. Most High get a kick, and the angel get a kick out of that dude, man. He laughing at that dude. Put him back out here. That nigga thought he was gonna get away with that shit, huh? That's cool. That's fine. You know what, matter of fact, bring this dude back. Bring him back looking like a Zorgon or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Bring him back looking like something that he's gonna wish like that he would die every day. That he would wish for death and not even receive it. This dude probably trying to, this dude and a lot of these other cats, I done seen it on different shows, man. They be trying to live, dog. They be trying to live, man. These motherfuckers be trying to live. They try to hang in there, bro. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, man. Hanging on to life. This motherfucker just want to live and shit. I just want to live and carry on my life, to live a happy life. No, man. Worshipping them idols, man, the Most High brought you back just to fuck you up. There's a fate worse than that. Damn. What's going on? Let's go. Time I see that type of stuff, that just really make you feel y'all about some y'all shit that much more. Okay. Okay, let's continue on. Let's go to Job 19 and 24. Okay. So, for those that have these questions as to why these things happen, these are the reasons that, Yahweh Shem Yahshai placed on forth. All right, this is Job 19 and 24. All right, let's start at 25, excuse me. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though in the latter day, we in the latter days at this point in time, right? And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I seek Yahweh. Right, because Job knows, even though worms is going to destroy his body up, that he'll be back in a latter day, which he's here at this point in time. when I shall see Yahweh. So explain that, Christians, juice, grape juice drinkers, plantation Christianity ain't no joke, man. It's a bunch of bullshit. It is a joke, excuse me. When I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, not another, though my reins be consumed within me. It's going to be the same spirit coming back, occupying a different body because the spirit is eternal. Come back down, and it's going to see Yahweh Shai when he returns. So Job is going to be here and make it, whoever he may be in his life now. All right, because it said that he's going to see him, or whether he passed, he dies in a righteous manner and he rises first, then he's going to get to see the return of Yahweh Shai. All right, continuing on. Let's jump over to, God damn, let me take this down. Phew. Man, that's reality, y'all. Reality is a mug, man. You know, when you start seeing what's transpiring. You don't have to ask why all the time, because the scriptures, especially appointed with the right teachers, will bring that forward to you. Okay? When it's broken down in the correct manner, you will have this truth presented to you in a way that you will either accept it or deny it, whether the Most High has opened your eyes or blinded you. Alright, so let's continue on. Let's go to Isaiah 26 and 19. Hey, yeah, excuse me with this stupid ass commercials and shit. I'm not gonna pay money. That was just look at some free ass videos, you feel me? So this is Isaiah 26 and 19. Thy dead men shall live. Alright, that's the key point. How does a dead man live? He ain't talking about zombies and shit. Okay? Thy dead men shall live. Together with my dead body shall they arise. Awake and sing, ye that dwell in dust. For thy dew is as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. Right, because it casted out that dead spirit. Excuse me, that dead body remains in the earth and becomes one with the earth, but that spirit goes up to him that set them forth, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, returns back onto him. Okay? So let's run over to Ecclesiastes. Let's see. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 6 and 6. Yet though I have lived 1,000 years twice, told, yet have he seen no good. Do not all go to one place. Let's read that again. Ecclesiastes 6 and 6. Yea, though he lived 1,000 years twice told, yet hath he seen no good. Do not all go to one place. Right. And it's talking about King Solomon right now. All right, we know that he has lived 2,000 years in that same body. All right, but every time he come back in a new body, one of the things that through the sheer wisdom that's retained in your spirit, we realize that there's no good thing that though he lived 1,000 years twice told, yet has he seen no good. Do not all go to one place. Right. You still see the wickedness in this place, and especially in the times as of now, it's only increased. So with that wickedness that's increased in times, right? He's always seen the wickedness that's been before him, or recognized it, even though he was in a separate body. All right, jumping down to the 10th verse. That which has been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. All right? That which has been is named already. Okay. So that name, what is it? Scripture's going to that a good name is to be desired more than a multitude of gold and great rubies in Proverbs. So that name is carried over into the next life. It don't have to be your real name, your actual name. Oh, that's just some nigga shit right there. You know, we already know that a male and female spirits. I'm not saying all of these things is 100% accurate. Yet this is something to channelize your mind and to, pretty much reinforce some of the things that's being said. Give you a visual images of some of these scriptures, right? But because we know that there's the male and the female spirit. If you're a male, you always come back as a male. If you're a female, you always come back as a female. It's not gonna happen vice versa. Or you gonna have a lot of, you got a lot of niggas that act like bitches and shit. A lot of bitches that act like niggas, but that's just an act. All right, you can't be. Oh well, I was in a different body. I was different in the past. No, the Most High, y'all, Bashem Yahshai, knows what He's doing. Okay, and in knowing what He's doing, I mean, whether you can comprehend it or not, this is what He set forward. Okay, man, these stupid ass commercials, man, they gonna worry me. All right, Salaki Akin. Okay, Salaki, I was supposed to pause that, but it didn't go as worked or as I sought to have done. It made me see that whole raggedy ass Dodge commercial. Like I said, apologize for that. I'm gonna start rounding it up. Um, so continuing on, right? A lot of these things that's brought forward is so many visuals out here for you to see and compare it to, but you actually have to have the spirit to agree with it, to understand, to see it, to comprehend it. Because if you don't, then it's gonna go over your head. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit, man. That's bullshit. That can be anybody. The nigga's mind tries to rationalize all the time. This is Malachi 4 and 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So Elijah the prophet is coming back, came back more than once. Came back is John the Baptist. Then he's also coming back as Abba Bivens. Why Abba Bivens? Let's go to it. Back to 11. Even this big fat baked potato head bitch. Yes, unfortunately, and Oprah was around in the past. She's probably still doing the same wicked ass shit she's doing now, some equivalent to it. Um, let's see, this is Matthew 11 and 11. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there has not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence. The violent take it by force, which we've seen since the rise of the so-called white man. That's what they've done. Okay, Esau is taking everything by force, starting with our kingdom. Or not starting with it, but that was one of the main key points of our dispersion, of us being dispersed to the four corners of the globe. Was really pushed home when they destroyed Jerusalem. Now we had the southern tribes that was already down here, yet that was pushed even further to the limit after our homeland was taken over, which is occupied at this point in time, being tread under the foot of the heathen. All right, for all the prophets in the law prophesied until John, and if you will receive it, this is Elias, which is Elijah, which was for to come. He that had the ear, let him hear. So if you don't have the ear to hear this or comprehend it, it's just gonna be some wolf tickets to you, basically. Okay, that's all it's gonna be. You're just gonna think of this and cast it behind you, but it's not really for you. It's not a message for you. It's for the hopefully elect. Okay. Going back to Deuteronomy 28:36 real quick. We're gonna start wrapping it up. Like I said, I try not to make it try not to make it too long, but you know, spare to go as we will. Just as long as, you know, brothers is edified. It's Deuteronomy 28:36. Yeah, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai shall bring thee and thy king, which thou set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods of wood and stone. So that's a prophecy from then as it is unto now. Another bullshit one because it's likely not to jump off of it. Yeah, once again, a male spirit and female spirit are two different spirits, okay? And like I said, you're not gonna agree with all these pictures and things you see. And that's fine. It doesn't, like I don't. Yet the majority of these are a very good showpiece to show you and help you comprehend some of the things that's being spoken. Okay? Yeah, and you know, mind this stupid ass devil. Nobody gives a fuck about them and their policies. So continuing on. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king. Who's that king? Well, the king that we had crowned over us, Moses, and Reincarnation, David, and Peter. Alright? And we can prove that throughout the scriptures. Hosea 3 and 5. Alright? And then we're going down the line. Like I said, I'm trying to get straight to it. That way I don't run on too much longer than I have already. But it's all to the edification of this truth. Okay, so this is Hosea 2 and 5. For their mother hath played the harlot. Oh, excuse me. Hosea 3 and 5. See, I'm talking myself. It's Hosea 3 and 5. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek Yahweh Shem Shai their God and David their king. And, right? And that's the king that we've had over us because that was the official king that we had outside of it being Moses. And history repeating itself. All right? We see that those same titles that were given to specific persons, all right, that Yahweh Shem Shai took favor in. He brought that same spirit back and had that same favor for him because as the scripture said, King David was a man after the Most High's heart, so to speak, because he favored him. That it also says, blessed are those who sin is not imputed, right? Because King David technically, and according to the law, should have been killed for having an adulterous affair with Bathsheba, which was Uriah the Hittite, which was a Jake from the Hittite lands, an Israelite from the Hittite lands, Israelite foreigner. At that point in time, he had sex with his wife. Now, technically, he's supposed to be put to death, but he wasn't because Yahweh Shem Shai had favor on him. Though he put hell on him, lost his son, Absalom came up against him, war on the thrones, you know, circular history that surrounds it. Okay? Let's see. Let's go into it a little bit more. Let's see. Let's go into Amos 9 and 11 to put some of these things home. All right, Amos 9 and 11 says, in that day will I raise up a tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches. What's the breaches? A separation of the tribes, the Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes. Judah shall not vex Ephraim, or Ephraim shall not vex Judah. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim, right? Because the separation has been brought with those breaches from the northern and southern tribe, even amongst them. All right, this has been brought back together with this truth since Yahweh Shem Yahshua brought evidence to come forth with this word and this truth and start re-educating Israel through the Spirit all the way up to our apostles and up until this very point as we know. Okay. It says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it in the days as in the days of old." And that's what took place with Apple Bivens all the way up until this point. All right, because that's why we should have a ruling class mentality, because these things are being established right now. Each one of us is a brick that's being placed forward in this truth, paving the way for the kingdom. Okay? So the ruling class mentality is maintained through the hopeful elect, because those are the ones in the kingdom that will actually be ruling over the people in a high place, judging over Israel. Okay, starting with 144,000. Let's go to Matthew 16 and 17 real quick. Let's see, Matthew 16 and 17. "And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed it unto you, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." Right. Even through death, even through all of the hell that we're going through, you can't prevail against this truth. It's already set aside for King David, which is Peter and the Reincarnation. All right. Moses, King David, and Peter are the same ones for Reincarnation. All right. Even though the gates of hell, which could be death in the grave, or this degraded, this state of degradation that we're in right now, shall not overcome it. The truth is going to be pushed, and it's going to go forward, and these things are going to happen because Yahweh Shai had it set aside to be done. "And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." Right, because that's said, that shall be done on earth as in heaven. It's going to be complete order on it in the kingdom. Okay, and with King David sitting on the throne, Yahweh shot above him, and Yahweh above him. And 144, starting with 144, right underneath them, all the way down to 1/3. Okay, and that's just a brief thing. I want to bring out a couple scriptures touching upon it. Nothing too much. Like I said, if you want to know more about it, hey, the truth is out there. The apostles put up this word and it's truth. It's not hard to find. You know, you got brothers pushing this word and it's truth constantly and continuously. So if you want to know more about it, it's out there. It's just a little smidget of it right here. Pretty much to get you along, push this word. Like I said, it was on my spirit, so I just want to keep on pushing that in preparation for these times to come, because we are in the latter days, and throughout many of these scriptures, Esau said that we would stand in these latter days. Okay, and we're standing right now in these latter days because it was written, and if it's written us, then these things are going to take place. It's not something that can be changed contrary to popular belief, regardless of how hard you pray. But I'm pretty sure they pray for the Most High to take these things away from them. Nah, nigga, you had to pay for that shit. Look at you. You had to pay for that. Okay? Because you hate it, y'all watching Meow Shot. You hate him to this day. Even looking in the mirror, I know they do. I don't care what they, oh, I love God. No. You hate him. And this is why the Most High has done what he's done to you. God damn, look at that shit, man. Man. Most High, y'all about Meow Shot ain't no joke, man. He ain't no joke, man. Terrifyingly scary. You know, and they're gonna keep him instead of, man. Alright, I got one more, and then we're gonna call it a wrap. This is Revelation 14 to 13. Let's see. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in Yahweh Shem Yahushai from henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labor, and their works do follow them. So the works of the righteous do follow them, and the works of the wicked follow them as well. Okay? And that's Revelation 14 and 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in Yahweh Shem Yahushai from henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest for their labors, and their works do follow them. So, all right? And that's just straightforward. Straightforward. They labor, their works followed them, man, from their past life. This is why they look like that. If you had the question as to why, the Most High is showing you. All right? And we're going to cut it down right there, I believe. One more. Revelation 1 and 7. Send it home as well. This is Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Right, it says those that pierced him. So when he was on the cross, those that pierced him with a spear in the side of those soldiers, all right, those are the same ones that's going to be here, and they're going to receive their judgment when he comes with this nuclear hellfire. They're going to be destroyed. They're going to be terrified to see his return, and then they're going to destroy their asses for what they did. So he actually looks forward to that. It says the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. This is proof. You feel me? This is proof. He's angry with their ass. And this is just some of them. Because the ones that don't look fucked up like that just yet, they're going to go through that second death. God damn. So with that, goodness gracious. Fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. This ain't no joke. Fear him. If you in this truth, you doing these works, and it's put on your spirit to do these works and do them, man. Seek the Lord. This is a race, and do not stop, man. Don't stop till you get enough. God damn. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is dealing out this judgment. And he's laughing at those that's getting judged and getting messed up. Because this is his movie. And if you think you can get away with some shit, even though somebody else may not see you, you might want to think again. All right, goddamn. No, they laughing at that. Me. So we just like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by Hashem, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by Hashem B'Kah Yahushai B'Kah Kodash. To the brothers out there doing these works in truth and sincerity. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and double honors to the brothers of Great Millstone and the apostles of Great Millstone, and those out there pushing this work of truth and sincerity. The brother Ariaga from the Grand Rapids camp. Just say shalom till the next time.